Machine, my friends, this is part of that great reset agenda that we've been talking about so much lately. Of course, this is a war on humanity, and this, out of Gateway Pundit, it says FDA-approved brain-computer interface company Synchron implants first brain devices in U.S. patients. And if you think you've heard this before, you have. I mean, outside of sci-fi, of course, Neuralink is being developed rather fast by Elon Musk as well, who, of course, his grandfather, Joshua Holdman, he was the head of the Technocrat Party and was trying to create a global superstate called Technate back in the 40s into the 60s. He got kicked out of Canada for this. Times have changed. He would be invited with billions of dollars in grants today, kind of like his grandson. But the thing is, this doesn't stop here. There is so much more to this agenda. Obviously, the idea is to make people evil because evil is based in lack of empathy, and machines, robots, don't have empathy. They're basically psychopathic. And they want people to be compliant and psychopathic, rat out their neighbors and walk in a line and not think anything of empathy, but rather about compliance. Blind, stupid compliance. That's why they want to feed us bugs and make us drink sewage, because that is part of the agenda as well. It is basically we are cattle to be fed and controlled and led to the slaughter. In this video today, we're going to go into this, and we're going to mention a few other examples too, because there's these things called xenobots. And of course, we've talked about TheraGripper technology before, and the intention to put things in our food and our water, mRNA foods and fruits and vegetables. I mean, with everything lining up the way it is, with the controlled collapse of the supply chain, it seems like the perfect time for them to come in with this evil agenda and possibly just inject, well, robot technology in us. And it sounds crazy. It sounds like science fiction. However, it is reality. And if we don't get ready now, we are in trouble, my friends. Let's get into this article out of Gateway Pundit. FDA-approved brain-computer interface company Synchron implants first brain device in U.S. patient. And as the article goes into, New York-based Synchron, the startup behind an FDA breakthrough neuroprosthesis device, successfully implanted its first brain device in a patient in the U.S. earlier this month, Bloomberg first reported. According to the news outlet, a doctor at Mount Sinai West Medical Center in New York inserted a 1.5-inch long implant consisting of wires and electrodes into a blood vessel in the brain of an ALS patient on July 6th. See, they'll always give a sob story. Look, we can save people with ALS. We could save people with Alzheimer's. You know, that's great. You know, it is genius. It's brilliant. It is miraculous, really. But obviously, we all know that is the excuse they need to go in and do much worse things. It's like when they say it's for your health. Well, the government hates health. They want to kill us. It's for old people. Well, they want to get rid of the elderly. So that's not the case. Oh, it's for the babies. It's for the children. But they want to abort babies and kill as many children and give them puberty blockers. So obviously, up is down, left is right. Freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength, and war is peace. Continuing on here, it says, in August 2020, Synchron becomes the first brain-computer interface BCI company to receive the FDA's approval to conduct an investigational device exemption, IDE, clinical trial of a permanently implanted device. NIH awarded Synchron $10 million to begin a U.S. trial of a brain implant that allows users to manage digital apps using only their thoughts, as reported by Fierce Biotech. Oh, everyone's watching Stranger Things now because everyone's tied to TVs and they're brainwashed, and we've already made machines out of them just with the televisions. And now the things that are happening on TV could happen in real life. How cool is that, my friends? Wow. You know, they really do think we're stupid, and to be fair, most people really are. Continuing on here, it says, and I quote, our neuroprosthetics are designed to help people get their lives back by restoring lost function, Synchron wrote on its website. This time they're telling the truth, and it's for the greater good of the greater number, collectivist mantra. As it continues here, it says, according to its website, the product is called Brain.io, trademark. Oh, great. And I quote, a motor neuroprosthesis, oh my goodness, it's hard to say this fast, designed to bypass damaged neural pathways in patients with severe paralysis, allowing them to restore motor capabilities, including control of digital devices. That'll be great when you have a social credit system tied to your bank account and carbon credits, and it's tied to your freaking brain. Here is an illustration of how the product works. And it says, a procedure consists of the following steps. The Stentrode is an endovascular implant placed in a vein alongside the motor cortex, which generates any signal related to movement. A receiver device implanted in the chest transmits the neural signals to a decoder. A machine learning algorithm translates those signals into specific digital commands. Oh, they don't like this certain person that was stupid enough to get it in the first place, and they said something bad about the government. It looks like they're breaking free. You know what we should do? We should make them look up something illegal online and then throw them in prison. Oh, that would be genius. Continuing on, it says, according to Bloomberg, the purpose of the device is to allow the patient to communicate even after they have lost the ability to move by using their thoughts, to send emails and texts. Bloomberg reported that Synchron has already implanted the device in 4 patients in Australia who have been able to use the brain implant to send messages on WhatsApp and shop online. Oh, good. They're good consumer slaves. They can shop online on Amazon, which is building, weirdly, a lot of plants and taking up a lot of farmland alongside Bill Gates and the Chinese government of the U.S. and totally not preparing for anything weird. Okay, continuing on, it says, last year, the startup received permission from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, to begin human trials on 6 U.S. patients who have been severely paralyzed. In 2019, the company implanted its device into its first human patient in Melbourne, Australia. Meanwhile, Elon Musk's flagship product, Neuralink, has not received approval from the FDA yet. Musk said the product will enable someone with paralysis to use a smartphone with their mind faster than someone using thumbs. On Monday, Elon Musk responded to a tweet and claimed he had already uploaded his brain to the cloud. And he was saying that this is from Satoshi Nakamoto on Twitter, which is essentially the guy behind Doge. And he wrote, if you could upload your brain to the cloud and talk to a virtual version of yourself, would you be buddies? And Elon Musk responded, already did it. Look, this is getting dangerous fast. Oh, people think it's cool. Yeah, well, tyranny comes under the guise of convenience. And as we move into this great reset, this could tie your brain, essentially, to that slave grid. When you have to put trademark after the word brain, we are in a really crazy Orwellian environment, my friends, that I want nothing to do with, because again, this is the war on humanity. The idea is to destroy humanity from within, as I mentioned earlier. And as I've said before as well, if there's war on humanity, then the answer is to be more human, more empathetic, more conscious, because that's what they used China as a testing ground for, and destroyed empathy and created this collectivist groupthink that the likes of which humanity has never seen, because it's unhuman. It's not human, my friends. And they're talking about understanding the brain, interfacing with the brain, engineering with the brain. I think the proper way of saying that is engineering the brain. Take the with out of there. I mean, it is, who's applying for this? Oh, let's get some applications to put a chip in my brain. You know what? People get what they deserve. And, the whole thing is to survive alongside AI, because AI will eventually take us out. And once it replicates and creates its own AI, it can then basically take out humanity, because humanity as far as the food chain goes, will not be necessary any longer.